In today's ferociously fast-paced marketplace, time isn't just money, it is survival. Speed is the new currency in business, and if you can't keep up, you risk being left behind. We're living in a right now world where 5 minutes feels like an hour. To meet the speed demand of the marketplace, teams and organizations have to rapidly speed up, increasing the speed at which you communicate, decide, execute, learn, adapt, pivot, and ship results. Here's a proxy for how fast your team pulses. What happens when it is decided that a follow-up meeting needs to be scheduled or a follow-up conversation needs to be had? How soon is it scheduled? Next week, end of week, several days from now, tomorrow, or in a few hours? First, I would ask, why can't we make a decision on it now? Why is another meeting even needed? What information do we need to make a decision? And how long is it going to take to get that information? 2 hours? Okay, great. Let's circle back in 2 hours. 3, if there's something else that you need to attend to in the next 3 hours. But let's close this loop quickly. I hate open loops. Close them. Move on. Let's go. Advance. That is the first tip that I want to give you on how to increase team speed. Close loops quickly. Have as few open loops as possible and vigorously close them quickly. Because here's the deal. Most would schedule that meeting the following week, but the 2 hours needed to collect the information is still the same. Meanwhile, that loop is open that entire time. You are spending the same 2 hours, but closing the loop gets that project in motion now. And you don't have all these damn open loops that you are carrying on your shoulders for another week. Those open loops stack up quickly, adding undue mental, emotional, and psychological pressure. It's nuts. Close the loop, close the loop, close the loop. This is true on email. In every email, you want to close the loop. End it. Don't leave the loop open. Close it. Decide, act, reject, but don't ask any questions or let me know what you think or ask any unnecessary question. Close it. Decide, close the loop, delete the email, done. Here's tip number 2 on how to increase team speed. Return the ball quickly. In tennis, you cannot control how fast somebody serves the ball to you. You cannot control how fast they return the ball back to you after you hit it to them. But what you do control is how fast you return it back to them. Here's your goal. Clear your court of all balls quickly. Hit it back. Don't let the ball bounce more than once. Need something? Bang, here it is. Need a decision? Bang, there it is. Need me to start, get something done? Bang, here it is. Keep the game moving. Don't be the one where all the balls bounce too many times, or you end up with a bunch of balls lying motionless on your side of the court. Hit it back, man. Keep the momentum of the game going. And here's the third tip on how to increase team speed. It's called start the clock. If you know something has a fixed timeline, like let's say a 6-week turnaround for printing and receiving a shipment for a new inventory of books, let's say. Start that clock quickly. You can't change the 6 weeks. The 6 weeks are fixed, but you can affect how soon the clock on those 6 weeks starts. If I find out it took 2 weeks to order because somebody dilly-dallied on deciding how many to order, went back and forth on email about it 4, 5, 6 times over a period of 3, 4, 5 days, or it took too long to invoice, that drives me knuckin' futz. That's 8 weeks of market opportunity gone. If you know a manufacturing process or a testing and trial process or a construction inspection approval process, a software development process has a timeline that is mostly fixed, that's fine. But start the clock. And this applies to everything. The project is going to take 6 months. Start the clock by kicking it off now. You're going to need a reply from somebody else. Start the clock by sending the request now. It will likely take a while for the bid to come back. Start the clock by requesting it now. It's going to take 40 years for your retirement accounts to compound with enough interest to retire. Start the clock now by making deposits today. It's going to take 10,000 hours to master something. Start the clock by putting in the reps starting today. So, to keep up in today's ferociously fast-paced marketplace, use these 3 tips on how to increase team speed. 1, close the loops. If you can do it now, do it now. Number 2, smack the ball back. Keep the momentum going. Don't let the balls bounce on your side of the court. And number 3, start the clock. Get it going. Time might be fixed, but start the clock on that fixed time right now. The best way to institute these into your culture starts with you helping educate this mindset. So let me help you with that. Send them today's Darren Daily and start using this language to remind them. Let's be quick, 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 quick. Close loops, smack the ball back, start the clock. If you're up for the challenge, write hashtag need for speed in the comments below. So, what keeps you up at night? Lack of progress, lack of money, lack of time with your family. Hey, I know those feelings. They used to keep me up at night as well, and I now can help. In under an hour, I can show you how to regain control of your future, even in the new world that we're living in today. Click now. Sleep better tonight.